Assalamualaikum to Madam Farizan and fellow friends. Today, my team and I are pleased to present our project titled Seamless Global Connectivity, the Dynamics of International Transport and Mobility. Before going further, my name is NURIN binti SUHAIMI and my metric number 2024215086. In this project, for category A, we choose Furniture and Home Appliance, which is IKEA Malaysia. Now, I will be presenting about IKEA Malaysia and its role in international trade and transportation. IKEA is one of the world's largest furniture retailer. It opened its first Malaysia store in 1996, and since then, it has become a major player in the retail industry. IKEA is known for offering a wide variety of affordable, stylish, and functional home furniture. But behind that success is a well-organized global transport and supply chain system, which is what we will explore today. First, Malaysia as a key trade hub. Malaysia plays a very important role in IKEA's supply chain due to its strategic location. The country is located along the Strait of Malacca, one of the busiest and most important shipping lanes in the world. Because of this, Malaysia is used not only as a receiving point for goods, but also as distribution center to nearby countries like Singapore and Thailand. With modern ports like Port Kelang, Malaysia is well equipped to handle large volume of imports and export efficiently. This makes Malaysia a key regional logistic hub, especially. Next, IKEA as model of the global supply chain. IKEA used a complex international supply chain model that connects multiple countries. The company outsourced production to countries with cheaper labor and material costs, such as Malaysia, Vietnam, and India. Once products are manufactured, they are packed and shipped internationally to IKEA stores around the world, including here in Malaysia. This strategy helps IKEA manage costs efficiently while maintaining high availability of products across different markets. IKEA's supply chain is a great example of how logistics and transport support global business operation.
Description of the products chosen. McDonald's has one of the biggest and best run worldwide supply chain in the food service sector. Two important elements of each supply chain that demonstrate the intricacy of international logistics are disposable packaging materials and frozen beef patties. These two elements are essential to guaranteeing that McDonald's recognizable menu items and brand image are maintained across all markets. The main source of protein in many McDonald's dishes, such as the Big Mac and Quarter Pounder, is frozen beef patties. These patties come from the United States, Australia, and New Zealand, of all which are known for their premium beef. Since stringent temperature control, food safety, and traceability regulation must be followed globally, they are important to international trade. A vital connection between the production of food on farms and its consumption in restaurants is made possible by frozen beef patties, a high-volume commodity in the fast food industry. On the other hand, disposable packaging materials include a broad variety of products, including burger boxes, paper bags, fry containers, and drink cups. The McDonald's logo is printed on these materials, which are composed of food-grade paper, plastic, and biodegradable alternatives. These products are usually made in Asia, specifically in China, Malaysia, and India. They help the company achieve its objectives of global brand uniformity and sustainability. The packaging is essential for presentation, sanitation, and environmental compliance, even though it is less vulnerable to temperature changes and decomposition than food.
My name is ALIFAH binti NASIR, student ID 2024803328. Now I will explain about supply chain flow of IKEA. First, they start with raw material sourcing. It all starts with the materials. IKEA use natural resources like wood and cotton. These are sourced from trusted suppliers around the world. Once they are ready, the materials are sent to factories by truck, train, or ship. It depends on what the most efficient way to move them. Next is product manufacturing. Now the materials arrive at the factories in countries like China and Vietnam. The materials are turned into furniture and home products. IKEA makes sure that the factory follows strict rules for quality, design, and making sure that everything is flat packed. Flat packing is when the products are packed into boxes to save space. It helps to reduce shipping costs and make things easier to carry home. Next is distribution. After the products are ready, they are shipped off to other countries like Malaysia. When the shipments arrive at the port, they need to go through custom clearance, which is basically getting government permission to enter the country. Once approved, the products are sent to IKEA Local Distribution Center, which is a big warehouse where everything is sorted. Next is delivery to store. At the distribution center, the items are checked, organized, and prepared for delivery. From there, they are sent to IKEA store across Malaysia, like the one in Ceras Damansara. This step makes sure that each store get the right stock and is ready for customer. And finally, the customer can walk into the store or shop online. IKEA also offers delivery services to make sure that the shopping is easier.
The supply chain flow of products. The first link in the supply chain for frozen beef patties is the farm that raised cattle in compliance with strict health and quality standards. The adult cows are transported to slaughterhouse, which the beef is cut into patties, mince, and then frozen in high-performance facilities. These frozen patties are packaged and kept in cold storage facilities until they are ready to be shipped. After that, the boxes need to be taken to the port for departure and put on refrigerated containers, which are reefers, for shipping. After arriving in the destination country, the containers are inspected and cleared by customs before being sent to cold chain distribution location. These patties are then delivered to additional McDonald's location via refrigerated trucks to preserve the integrity of the cold chain throughout the process. Though a little easier to understand, the supply chain flow for packaging materials is still well coordinated. First, packaging companies procure food-safe raw materials like paper pulp, cardboard, and inks. According to McDonald's specification, these manufacturers, the majority of whom are based in Asia, cut, print, and prepare the packaging materials. After being wrapped and quality inspected, the finished products are put on pallets and put on dry containers for shipping by sea. These containers are delivered to nearby McDonald's logistical facilities after clearing custom at the port. Lastly, they are sent to restaurants based on the expected number of customers.
Next, I would like to explain about modes of transportation for IKEA Malaysia. IKEA mainly relies on two types of transport. Firstly is sea freight. This is the main mode of transport for IKEA. Products are manufactured in countries like Indonesia, Vietnam, and Bangladesh. These goods are then shipped using standard containers to Malaysia ports, especially Port Klang. Sea transport is cost-effective and suitable for large volume. Next is road transportation. This is the secondary mode, used after the goods arrive in Malaysia. From the port, the goods are transported by lorry or container trucks to IKEA outlets such as Ceras, Damansara, and Tebrau. This combination of sea and road transport ensure smooth delivery from manufacturer to the end customer. Next is how about types of carriers and packaging for IKEA product. IKEA use two main types of carrier. Firstly is sea freight carrier. They use 20-footers and 40-footers containers to ship goods across countries. Second is road freight carriers. These trucks also carry similar container size. Smaller volume use 20-footers containers, while larger loads use 40-footers containers. For packaging, IKEA is well known for its flat pack or knock-down packaging. This means the furniture is packed in a compact, accessible form to maximize space in the container and reduce transportation costs. Customers assemble the furniture themselves at home, which is also part of IKEA brand identity.
Transport mode involve an unit of carriage use. Multimodal transport network are a major part of McDonald's global supply chain, and maritime shipping is important because of its low cost and ability to handle large volumes of cargo at once. The main method of transporting frozen beef patties is in refrigerated containers or reefers, which maintain a temperature between -18 degrees Celsius and -22 degrees Celsius. During lengthy travels, these containers are crucial for maintaining the patty's texture, flavor, and safety. The initial and last part of the trip, which are usually from the processing facility to the port and then from the port to McDonald's distribution centers, are done by road transport utilizing temperature-controlled trucks. When shipping packaging materials, the usual method is to use sea freight in conventional dry containers. These containers don't need to have the temperature control, so they are great for carrying a lot of light items. When the containers get to the port of entry, the items are carried by road transport to regional warehouses and then to McDonald's stores. Air freight might be employed in emergencies, especially for promotional or limited edition packaging to fulfill deadlines, but this is not very common because it costs more. The two goods also have different units for carriage. Frozen patties are packed in sealed boxes that are piled on pallets inside the freezer container. Packaging material are bundled together, put on pallets, and then put on dry container for protection and simple handling during transport.
Next, people involved in IKEA supply chains to Malaysia. First, the supplier and manufacturer are involved. These are the people and the companies in countries like China and Vietnam who make IKEA furniture by following IKEA quality rules. Next, international freight forwarders like Maersk are involved. They help IKEA by planning the transport, booking space on ship, and handling important shipping documents. After that, the Malaysian Custom Department is involved. These are the custom officers who check the container, look at the document, and make sure that all taxes and duties are paid before the goods can. Then, the goods are sent to IKEA Pulau Indah Distribution Center, and from there, local transport companies are involved. These are the truck drivers and delivery workers who send the product to IKEA store in Cerais, Damansara, and also directly to customers in both Peninsula and East Malaysia.
Now I will explain the key parties involved in the movement of food within McDonald's supply chain. First, we have two suppliers and manufacturers. McDonald's sources ingredients like beef, chicken, vegetables, and packaging from both local and international suppliers. For example, chicken is sourced from halal certified local poultry farms, while fries are often imported from global brands that meet McDonald's strict quality standards. Next are the international freight forwarders. These are logistic companies like DHL that helps coordinate the shipments of imported goods. They manage tasks such as booking cargo space, arranging transport, and handling documentation. Then we have the international transport carriers. These are the ships and planes that carry goods into Malaysia. Then we have the international transport carriers. These are the ships and planes that carry goods into Malaysia. Depending on the urgency and volumes, McDonald's use either sea or air freight to move items from overseas to Malaysia. Once goods arrive, they go through the port authorities, such as those at Port Club or KLIA. These authorities manage unloading, temporary storage, and make sure everything flows smoothly into the country. The next step involves the Malaysian Custom Department, which checks that all imports follow local regulations. Next step involves the Malaysian Custom Department, which checks that all imports follow local regulations. They verify halal certification, import permits, and ensure duties and taxes are paid. From there, goods are delivered to the McDonald's distribution center, such as one operated by Habib Logistics in Subang Jaya. This helps store ingredients under strict temperature control and prepares orders for restaurants across the country. After that, local transporters take over. They use refrigerated trucks to deliver fresh and frozen items to McDonald's outlets, ensuring quality and safety. After that, local transporters take over. They use refrigerated trucks to deliver fresh and frozen items to McDonald's outlets, ensuring quality and safety are maintained. Finally, we reach the retail outlet and consumer. McDonald's products are prepared and served at over 300 outlets across Malaysia or delivered to customers' homes through McDelivery and food at like GrabFood. So, in summary, the McDonald's supply chain involves coordination between multiple local and global parties, all working together to ensure that every Big Mac or McChicken reach the customer fresh and fast.
Now, I want to list documentation involved in international transport. Transporting goods across border requires several important documents. For IKEA Malaysia, the three key documents used are, firstly, is Bill of Lading. This is a legal shipping document issued by the shipping line or freight forwarder. It confirms that the goods have been loaded on the vessel for international shipment. Second is commercial invoice, prepared by the exporter or supplier. It includes full transaction details, such as a product description, unit price, total value, currency, and buyer-seller info. Last but not least is Certificate of Origin, COO. This document certifies the country where the goods were manufactured. It is important for custom clearance and trade agreements. These documents help ensure that IKEA's global supply chain runs smoothly, legally, and efficiently. This is an example of bill of lading. The document consists of date of ship, product description, shipping origin, and other things.
Next, I will explain about the documentation required for McDonald's global product movement, which is a crucial part of its supply chain process. To begin, McDonald's operates in over 100 countries, so moving goods across borders is highly regulated and controlled activity. To ensure smooth movement and compliance with international trade law, McDonald's relies on several key documents. The first important document is the Bill of Lading. This acts as a contract between the shippers and the carriers. It also serves as a receipt for the goods being transported and a title of ownership. Without this document, product cannot be legally moved from one country to another. Next, we have the Certificate of Origin. This document states where the goods come from, so it's essential from customs clearance, especially when countries have trade agreement or tariff. For example, beef export from Australia to McDonald's outlet in Asia must show this certificate. Another important requirement is the import and export license. These legal permits allow goods to be shipped in and out of countries. Since McDonald's deals with food products, this license helps ensure compliance with food safety laws and regulations. For agricultural goods like potatoes and lettuce, a phytosanitary certificate is needed. This guarantees that the products are free from pests and meet health standards set by the destination country. When it comes to meat, dairy, or frozen products, a health certificate is also required. This ensures the items are safe for consumption and were handled properly during processing and transportation. Additionally, through supporting documents that are used during customs inspections are the commercial invoice and the packing list. This document provides full detail about what is inside each shipment, such as the value, quantity, and type of goods. And lastly, we have the letters of credit. This is used for financial security. It ensures that payment is made to the supplier once all shipping conditions are met. This builds trust between McDonald's and its global suppliers. In conclusion, all of these documents help McDonald's run a smooth and efficient global supply chain while following international rules and maintaining product quality. They not only support legal compliance but also protect food safety and build strong relationships with suppliers.
There are several challenges in international transport that companies like IKEA may face. The first challenge is shipping delays. These delays often occur because of port congestion, bad weather, or global disruption. To overcome this issue, IKEA can consider using alternative shipping routes or different ports to help reduce the impact of such delay. The second challenge is high transportation costs. In today's unstable economy, fuel prices can increase, container may be limited, and international freight costs continue to rise. So to manage this, IKEA can negotiate better rates with shipping companies and use efficient packaging to maximize space in containers. Another major challenge is related to import and export regulation. The procedures involved are often complex and require strict documentation, which can slow down the movement of goods. To address this, IKEA should strengthen its documentation system and work with experienced freight forwarders who are familiar with the process. Lastly, tariff and trade barriers can also pose a problem. Products that are subject to tariff may become more expensive, increasing the overall cost of goods. One way IKEA can handle this is by diversifying its supplier base, especially by focusing on countries within the Asian region to reduce dependency on high tariff markets.
My name is NURIN binti AZARUDIN and my metric number is 2024298042. Now, I will explain the challenges McDonald's face when moving their products to Malaysia and the solution they use to solve this problem. So, the first challenge is different rules in Malaysia. Malaysia has a strict food safety and halal rules. Any food sold in McDonald's Malaysia must follow this rule. For example, when they import beef patties from Australia, the meat must be halal certificate. If not, McDonald's Malaysia cannot use them. So for the solution, McDonald's work with trusted halal suppliers and get approval from the JAKI Malaysia. The second challenge is high import tax or tariff. Sometimes Malaysia charge extra tax when McDonald's import food like frozen fries or packaging. This make the product more expensive. For example, when McDonald's import fries from the US or Europe, they may have to pay high import tax. So for the solution, McDonald's finds supplier from countries like Australia or Asian that have lower import tax. Third challenge, transport delays to Malaysia. Delivery delays can happen because of bad weather, traffic at ports, or custom process. This may cause McDonald's restaurant to run out of stock. For example, if there is a storm at Port Klang, shipment like sauce from the US might arrive late. So for the solution, McDonald's keep extra stock in their Malaysia warehouse and use other port if needed. Fourth challenge, keeping the food fresh for Malaysia. McDonald's product like beef and fries must stay frozen. If the temperature is not controlled, the food will spoil. For example, if frozen fries are not kept cool during the sea journey, they will spoil before reaching Malaysia. For the solution, McDonald's use refrigerator container and checks the temperature carefully during transportation. Now, I will explain the similarities and the difference of the international transport movement for the two products that I have chosen, which are IKEA products and McDonald's products. First, let's look at the similarities. Number one, both companies use sea freight as the main transport mode. They ship their product from different countries to Malaysia using container ship. Number two, both companies have global supply chains. IKEA products come from China, Vietnam, and Poland. Meanwhile, McDonald's beef patties come from Australia, New Zealand, and the USA, while the packaging comes from Asia. Number three, both companies use multimodal transport. After arriving at the Malaysia port, they use truck to deliver the product to IKEA store or McDonald's restaurant. Number four, require important trade documents such as the bill of lading and certificate of origin to pass through customs smoothly. Now, let's see the difference. Number one, temperature control. IKEA products doesn't need temperature control, but McDonald's beef patties need refrigerator container to keep them frozen at least at -80 degrees Celsius. Number two, dry type of container. IKEA use dry container for flat pack furniture, but McDonald's use refrigerator container for the beef and dry container for the packaging. Number three, final destination. IKEA products are delivered to retail store like IKEA Ceras or Damansara. Meanwhile, McDonald's products go to their restaurant for food preparation. Number four, urgency of delivery. IKEA has lower urgency because furniture is non-perishable, but McDonald's has higher urgency to maintain the food safety and freshness.
Next, I will talk about the overall transport movement of IKEA. Next, first they start with raw material. To factories IKEA get raw materials like wood, metal, and plastic from different countries, and these materials are sent to factories using truck or train, depending on the distance and country. Next is from factories to export port. After the product are manufactured, they are packed into container and transported to the nearest export port using truck. Next, they will ship to Malaysia at the export port. So the container are loaded into the large container ships, and this ship carry the product across the sea to Malaysia. Usually the two port like Port Klang or Port Penang. From Malaysia port to distribution center, when the container arrive in Malaysia, they are unloaded and sent to IKEA's distribution center using cargo truck. This is usually done through Malaysia highway system.
Next, I will explain the full transport movement of McDonald's supply chain as shown in these diagrams. The journeys begin at beef processing facilities, usually located in countries like Australia or New Zealand. After processing, the patties are packed into sealed boxes and loaded into refrigerated containers or reefer, which help maintain the temperature between -18 Celsius and -22 Celsius degree to keep meat safe and fresh. Next, these containers are transported via sea freight, which is cost-effective for long distance. When they arrive at the transport of entry, such as a Malaysian port terminal, the patties are unloaded and transferred to refrigerated trucks. The trucks carry the patties to McDonald's distribution centers where they are stored temporarily before final delivery to individual restaurants outlets. Packaging suppliers, mostly located across Asia, produce items like paper, cardboard, and food safety. These are printed, cut, and packed into bundles, which are then placed into dry containers. Since these materials don't require temperature control, they are shipped by sea freight without data. Upon arrival at the port, the containers are transported by road to regional warehouse and later to McDonald's distribution center. Finally, they are delivered to restaurants together with other suppliers. The movement of both goods shows McDonald's use of multimodal transport system combining sea and road transport efficiently. They also use different units of carriage, for example, frozen patties in sealed pallet box inside reefers and packaging materials in dry containers. This system ensures that McDonald's maintain product quality, food safety, and timely supply across all branches despite the complexity of international logistics.
In conclusion, both IKEA and McDonald's depend on global transport system to bring their products into Malaysia. Even though they both use sea and road transport and go through custom, the product they move are very different. IKEA brings in furniture that doesn't need cold storage, while McDonald's import frozen beef patty that must have cold during the journey. McDonald's delivery are more urgent to keep the food fresh, but the IKEA focus on saving space with flat pack furniture. This shows that even though the transport steps are similar, the supply chain process is different because of the type of the product.